Why your energy is precious and how to protect it. Have you ever felt like your energy is fading faster than it used to, like no matter how much you rest, you still wake up tired? Maybe it's not just your body that's tired. Maybe it's your soul, too. And that kind of tired doesn't always come from doing too much. Sometimes, it comes from giving too much, to the wrong things, the wrong people, or even the wrong thoughts. When we were younger, it felt like we had energy to spare. We'd push through long days, late nights, family drama, work stress. Somehow, we kept going. But now, in this season of life, things are different. And they should be. Because your energy is no longer just a resource. It's a treasure. One that needs to be guarded with intention and care. You see, after 60, energy doesn't just come from sleep or food or exercise. It comes from peace. From purpose. From saying yes to what matters and no to what drains the light out of you. And protecting your energy isn't selfish, it's survival. It's what allows you to enjoy your days, to be present with the people you love, and to actually feel good in your own skin again. So, let's talk about how we begin to protect that precious energy. And I want to start with something that sounds simple, but has the power to change your entire day: noticing what drains you. Noticing. Not fixing. Not judging. Just paying attention. Have you ever left a phone call with someone and felt exhausted, not physically, but emotionally, mentally, spiritually worn out? That's not random. That's a clue. Your body is talking to you, telling you that something didn't sit right. And the older we get, the more important it is to listen. Sometimes, it's not people, it's situations. Like watching the news before bed and wondering why you feel so anxious all night. Or scrolling social media and suddenly feeling like your life is somehow less than someone else's. These small moments add up. They chip away at your peace. And every time that happens, your energy takes the hit. But when you start noticing, really noticing, what gives you energy and what steals it, you begin to take your power back. Maybe it means spending 5 minutes outside every morning with your coffee instead of staring at a screen. Maybe it means letting go of a conversation that always turns into an argument. Or maybe it just means sitting in silence, breathing, letting yourself exist without needing to explain or perform. You don't owe anyone your energy. That might feel strange to hear, especially if you were raised to believe that being nice means always being available. But the truth is, giving your energy to everyone is like leaving the front door open all day. Sooner or later, something unwanted is going to walk in and make itself at home. And that leads me to the next idea: boundaries. Not walls. Not distance. Boundaries. Quiet, kind, powerful lines that say, this is where I stop and where you begin. Boundaries don't have to be loud or mean. In fact, the strongest ones are often silent. Like choosing not to answer a phone call when you know you're not in the headspace for it. Or saying, I need a moment, when someone is rushing you into a decision. You're allowed to protect your time. Your peace. Your energy. You've earned that right, not by proving yourself, but simply by living. By showing up every day for people who may not have always appreciated you. By staying strong through heartache, through loss, through decades of giving so much of yourself to others. But now it's your time to refill. Think of your energy like a bank account. You can't keep withdrawing without making deposits. And those deposits don't have to be grand. They can be a short nap in the afternoon. A song that stirs your soul. A memory that makes you smile. A conversation with someone who sees you for who you really are, not who they want you to be. And maybe, just maybe, it's about letting go of roles you no longer want to play. You don't have to be the fixer anymore. Or the one who always says yes. Or the strong one who never asks for help. Sometimes, protecting your energy means allowing yourself to be human again. Soft. Vulnerable. Quiet. And that's not weakness. That's wisdom. Because when you protect your energy, you start to notice something incredible. Your joy returns. Your clarity sharpens. You start moving through the world a little slower, but with more presence, more intention, more freedom. And isn't that what this season of life should be about? It's amazing how much life begins to open up when you stop giving your energy to everything that doesn't deserve it. But even after setting boundaries and noticing what drains us, there's another layer to this. Something even quieter, but just as powerful, learning to say no without guilt. That one word, no, can be the most loving thing you say to yourself. But let's be honest. For many of us, especially those raised to be polite, helpful, agreeable, no didn't come easy. We were taught to go along, keep the peace, be selfless. And while there's beauty in generosity, there's danger in constantly ignoring your own needs for the sake of others. But now, at this point in your life, you've earned the right to honor your gut. You don't have to over-explain, justify, or bend yourself into a version that pleases everyone. You can simply say, that doesn't feel right for me. And that's enough. Because every time you say yes to something that doesn't align with you, you're saying no to something that might have brought you peace. And peace, that's where your energy blossoms. Not in the chaos. Not in overcommitting. Not in the hustle. But in the quiet steadiness of knowing you're living life on your terms. And if that feels unfamiliar, it's okay. Start small. Practice saying no to the things that don't bring joy. Maybe it's a social event that leaves you feeling more tired than connected. Maybe it's a phone call that always turns into a complaint session. Maybe it's even just saying no to that inner critic that whispers you're not doing enough. Because here's the truth, you are enough. Right now. As you are. And you don't need to burn yourself out proving that to anyone, not anymore. Let's talk about rest. Real rest. Not just sleep, but soul-deep rest. The kind of rest that says, I don't need to be productive every moment of the day to be valuable. We live in a world that worships busy. And yet, some of the most healing, most powerful moments happen when we are still. When was the last time you sat down and didn't feel guilty about it? Just let yourself be. No TV, no phone, no multitasking. Just you, breathing, being, noticing the world around you. That kind of stillness isn't laziness. It's a return. A return to self. To center. To calm. And maybe that's where some of the most powerful energy lives, in the pauses. People often say, you have the same 24 hours in a day as anyone else. But I think that's misleading. Because not all energy is created equal. And what truly matters is how you protect and spend the energy you do have. Some people waste it chasing things that don't matter. Others pour it into relationships that only take and never give. But then there are those who learn to invest it, wisely, intentionally, beautifully. They water their spirit with morning walks, with music, with sunlight through the window. They light candles for no reason. They call people who lift their hearts. They say thank you to the small moments. And slowly, life feels less like a race and more like a blessing. And here's something else people don't talk about enough, the weight of unspoken emotions. Carrying grief, disappointment, resentment, these things take energy, too. They sit quietly inside and drain you without you even realizing it. Sometimes the best way to protect your energy is to let those things out. Write about them. Talk to someone. Cry, if you need to. It doesn't make you weak, it clears space. It makes room for light to come in again. You deserve light. You deserve rest. You deserve joy that doesn't come with strings attached. So, if you've been feeling more tired lately, not just in your bones, but in your spirit, maybe it's not about doing more. Maybe it's about doing less of what's draining and more of what's true. Maybe it's not about pushing harder, but softening more. Not about being stronger, but being gentler with yourself. You've already done the hard parts. You've already carried the weight of decades of responsibilities, sacrifices, and showing up even when no one thanked you. But now it's time to shift. To turn inward. To ask yourself, what feels good? What feels nourishing? What lights me up? And then follow that. Because your energy is sacred. It's the quiet fire that keeps you going. It's the inner compass that knows what's meant for you. And when you protect it, everything begins to change. There's something beautiful that happens when you stop apologizing for needing rest. When you no longer feel guilty for protecting your peace. When you finally give yourself permission to choose yourself, not because you're selfish, but because you're finally wise enough to know that you matter too. You begin to feel lighter. Not because life suddenly becomes easier, but because you're no longer dragging the weight of things that don't belong to you. You stop carrying other people's expectations, other people's moods, even other people's drama. And in that space, you begin to feel yourself again. The real you. Not the version you became to keep the peace, not the one who always had to be strong or put together, but the one who simply is whole, deserving, human. This is what honoring your energy looks like. It looks like saying yes to what brings joy, even if it seems small to others. It looks like sipping tea in silence while the rest of the world races by. It looks like laughing at a memory from 30 years ago and realizing you don't have to rush into the next moment. It looks like waking up and checking in with yourself before checking in with the world. And sometimes, protecting your energy also means protecting your environment. The space around you matters more than people realize. A cluttered room can feel like a cluttered mind. A quiet, clean space can feel like a breath of fresh air. You don't need to turn your home into a magazine photo, just make it a space where your nervous system can relax. A chair that feels safe. A corner with a candle. A place where you can just be. It also means watching the voices you let in. Not just people, but media. Noise. Fear. Negativity. The world is full of it. But you get to choose what enters your mind and heart. Curate it like you would a garden. What makes you feel hope? What brings you peace? What reminds you of beauty? Water that. Pull the weeds. Be gentle with what you absorb. Because energy isn't just physical, it's emotional. It's spiritual. And you can't keep pouring from an empty cup. Especially now. And here's something else I want to remind you of: you are allowed to evolve. To change your mind. To grow out of things, even if they've been part of your life for decades. If something no longer feels aligned, whether it's a habit, a relationship, or a belief, it's okay to let it go. You are not a tree. You are not rooted in place. You are a living soul. You get to move, shift, adapt. And maybe one of the most powerful ways to protect your energy is this: stop trying to be understood by people who are committed to misunderstanding you. Not everyone will get your journey. Not everyone will support your boundaries. Some may call you distant, selfish, difficult. That's okay. Let them. You don't owe them your exhaustion. You don't owe them your light. You owe it to yourself to be well. And the people who truly love you? They won't drain you. They'll energize you. They'll celebrate your peace. They'll notice when you're tired and ask how they can help. They'll respect your space. And if you don't have people like that in your life right now, don't lose heart. The more you protect your energy, the more you begin to attract what matches it. You'll find those who see your worth, not because of what you do, but simply because of who you are. So take a moment, right here, right now, to breathe. To soften your shoulders. To place your hand over your heart and whisper, I matter. Because you do. And your energy, your beautiful, sacred, irreplaceable energy, is worth protecting. Even if that means resting more. Even if that means letting go. Even if that means walking away from what you once chased. It's not weakness. It's not giving up. It's choosing something better. Something softer. Something wiser. You've lived through enough to know that life is too short to be spent on what leaves you feeling empty. You deserve mornings filled with stillness, afternoons filled with warmth, and evenings where your spirit feels calm. You deserve joy that doesn't come at the cost of your health. You deserve connection that doesn't leave you drained. You deserve to be full. And every choice you make to protect your energy, no matter how small, is a declaration that you are finally choosing yourself. So here's to that choice. To the quiet power of no, to the soft beauty of boundaries. To the courage of letting go. To the strength of rest. To the wisdom that says, my energy is mine, and I will no longer give it away so easily. Thank you for being here with me. If any of this spoke to your heart, I'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts in the comments, your story, your struggle, or even just a simple I'm learning to protect my energy too. And if you found value in this, please give this video a like and consider subscribing to the channel. There's so much more we'll walk through together. Because your journey matters. And you're not alone. Here's to living your best life, with peace, purpose, and the energy to truly enjoy it.